Hi guys, and in this video we will continue where we left off and add some styling to our HTML document. But before we can do that, we first have to discuss attributes. Now, what are attributes? Attributes provide additional information about elements. So let's say we got our H1 element and we want to add some additional information. Attributes are always specific in the starting tag. So let's go there and we add the name and the value. As you can see, the starting tag gets the attribute. So what additional information we want to add here? In this case, we want to add a title. So the additional information, the title will be heading 1. It can be anything that you want to let your users know. So for us, it will be heading 1, or we can just say tooltip. Say tooltip. So let's see how this looks like. So we open our this live server, and as you can see, if we hover over heading 1, you will see tooltip. So if we come back, you will see the title is tooltip, and if we go to our browser, you will see, if we hover over it, you will see heading tooltip. Now, there's many attributes that you can assign to elements. For example, in our HTML element, we can assign a language attribute. So if we can say lang, name, and what is the value? The value will be en. The en stands for language English. So the lang is language, en is English. Now, this lets the browser know that this document, HTML document, is in English. Or you can be more specific, you can add the US attached to it. So this specifies that this is the US English language. But for us, we're going to stick with the en, just plain English. The beauty about attributes is that all elements can have an attribute. Now, attributes are always specific to the starting tag, and they came in name value pairs, meaning the name and the value. Now, there's no HTML standard to say how you can type your name and value pairs, meaning you can have it in lowercase, your name, or you can have it in capitals, uppercase. So if we go to our browser again, you can see, we hover over it, you can see the tooltip still appears. But like everything else, there is best practice, and the best practice will be to keep it lowercase. Okay. The next thing, there's no standard to say that you can have it with quotes or without quotes. So if we go to the browser again, we hover over it, you will see the tooltip appears again. So if we go back, add the double quotes, and it still works. But best practice will be to add it between double quotes. Unless you got something like this. Let's say title is John, a big man, Joe. Now, as you can see, the color already shows you that something is wrong here. Now, what the browser don't know what to make of it. So, because now we have one value and another value, so it doesn't know which one to pick. So in this case, what we do is we add single quotes. if your value contains a double quote. So if we go to the browser, and you can see, if we hover over heading 2, you will see John, Big Man, Joe. Okay. So if we recap just what we have just learned is we got our attributes have a name and a value. Best practice is to keep it in lowercase and in double quotes. But if our value have double quotes, we add it with single quotes. Which brings us to our next one, where we're gonna style our document. So how does the style attribute work? So let's say, for instance, we want to style our H3 tag. Okay, so we type in style, go there again, style, the name, then we have the property, then we have the value. Now you might be looking at this, but well, now we have two different types of values. So when you add the style attribute, it's a little bit unique. You have to add the CSS property and a CSS value. So let's do that. So we're going to add the CSS property, which is color. And the value, let's just make it something simple, red. So we added our CSS style, our HTML attribute, the name, and we add our CSS property and our CSS value. So let's see how this looks like in the browser. As you can see, this heading is red. Now you wonder, what else can we do with the CSS styling in HTML? So let's go back. Let's say we want to add a style attribute to the body tag. This is the visible part of your HTML structure. So let's go there. We want to add CSS property, background color, then CSS value. Let's put it aqua. Let's make it aqua marine. And you always close it off with that's it. Okay, so let's see how this looks like in the browser. As you can see, we added our aquamarine background color. Right, so we can even add a style, our page 1 there. Let's add the style attribute with a CSS property of color, and let's use blue violet. See how that looks like. As you can see, that's our style attribute right there. Change the color to purple, ultraviolet, and this one we change to red. Okay. But you will normally not use the style tags in your just plain CSS. Things might just get messy. So if you want to add another attribute here, you know, it will be just too many. Then your whole CSS structure is your document here will get messy with a lot of different styling. That's why we have CSS for that. So all the styling that you will do, you will normally do that in CSS. Right. So that brings us to an end of this episode. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. I will help you, or if you get stuck or anything, I will respond to it for you. And thanks for watching this video. If you do like the video, please give it a like, and so that other people can, it will just help us so that other people can get the video. And And if you want to, you can subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one where we will discuss some more things about HTML. Thank you guys for watching, and see you there.